Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with my sweet Stalker. For some reason, they actually started me off on the splash screen, which is frustrating. Keep forgetting to get rid of this thing. But yeah, we have just confirmed that my theory is right, and Yuta is the evil bad guy, and Kimiko is actually a real person, and he was manipulating her. Which is seriously messed up. Head over heels. I rarely get an ad for this one. I turn around slowly to face Yuta. Why are you doing this? I could see Kimiko manipulating him, but not the other way around. Yuta is my friend. Why would he want to hurt me? Mei, Shiki, and Tatsumi stand frozen. When I met Kimiko, I saw how desperate she was. I was sure she'd either kill you or kidnap you, but I didn't count on her walking into a trap. You want me dead? Why? I want you out of my way. I can't breathe. This feels worse than when I realized Kimiko was after me. At least she acted out of love, twisted though it was. We're friends. We were friends. But as soon as we got into college, you left me behind. I never. Perfect Shorty at the top of all his classes, admired by everyone. And after being the most popular kid in high school, I found myself overshadowed by you, in everything. Falling behind you in class is one thing, but you were suddenly more popular, too. He's jealous of me, but there's no reason to do all this. Even Shiki picked you over me. Wait a minute, this all sounds oddly familiar. Like I've heard these words somewhere before. Is he finally starting to connect the dots? Yuta, did you ask for advice? So you finally remember. Everyone talked about this wonderful person online who could give advice to solve any problem. So I went to him for help and got fed some stuff about needing to improve myself. When I saw your phone, I realized you were the same person. He glances over at Shiki and then back at me. Shiki, you're a little too close to him. Get away. When I saw you flirting with the girl I liked right in front of me, and I just couldn't take it. I'm tired of you getting everything you want and me getting nothing. So I tracked down someone else who wasn't satisfied with your advice. I had no idea you'd have felt this way. I figured it out in 2 seconds. Maybe I could sense a little jealousy, but not so much that he'd try to kill me over it. What should I say? I never meant to hurt you or you put people... I've been calling him out. You put people in danger. You put people in danger. No, Kimiko did. Don't give me that. How would you feel if someone died? How would you feel if Shiki died? You think I would have let that happen? Kimiko sent Shiki a bomb. The bomb meant for you to open. She was attacked. I would have stepped in if anything got out of hand. You're just as crazy as Kimiko, so he's trying to say Kimiko's behind all the violent stuff. I don't know if I buy that. Do you really think this is going to change anything? Of course it will. How? What will happen once I'm gone? Well, I won't be around, but nothing will change for you. Shut up. I won't be in your shadow anymore. And then? I wanted to see your smug face. While we argue, the other three are slowly edging away from us. Peter doesn't seem to notice. His attention is fixed on me. You have no idea how annoying it is to always be outmatched by you. Sure I do. I was always in your shadow during high school. That's different. Why? Because that was normal. You didn't lose anything. It's just how things were. But I... Now! Leave Shorty alone! Get him, girls! Mei suddenly tackles him from behind. Tatsumi grabs his gun hand and wrestles his weapon away. Shiki already has her phone up to call the police. They were just here. Where'd they go? Get off me. I dash forward to help subdue Yuta, but I feel another stab of guilt. I really thought we were friends. I wish I could have helped you more. Shiki! She looks away from me. No one's going to help you now. An hour later, we return to Shiki and Tatsumi's house together. It's finally over. For real this time. Now that the police have both Kimiko and Yuta in custody, it's safe to relax. Finally. Shiki looks up at me. Are you okay? As much as I can be, given the circumstances. This song is so loud. One of my closest friends wanted me dead. My advice network led to this mess no matter how you look at it. You can't help everyone. Some people are just going to be that way. Just because things went badly with Yuta and Kimiko, that doesn't mean I should quit, does it? So I guess I could finally go back to my dorm now, huh? It should be safe, but you're welcome to spend the night. I guess I'll need to start looking for a new place, too. It'll feel strange to live alone again. And I gotta say again, I'm really annoyed that they're trying to pass off all the really violent stuff as Kimiko. Where would she even get a bomb? You know, Yuta must have been just as angry as Kimiko when you gave him that false information. Imagine Shorty confessing to Shiki probably caused him to act rash. Yuta and Kimiko both must have thought I was in love with Shiki. And I take a deep breath as all the recent events flash through my mind. I have to clear up any confusion. I have to tell them. The truth is, I'm in love with Mei, I'm in love with Shiki, I'm in love with Tatsumi, or I'm in love with Kimiko after all. Well, my first choice is Shiki. Like, I'm not really fond of the tsundere type all that much, so I'm not super into Tatsumi. Mei is so pink, I love it, and I do actually like her, but Shiki's the one I felt the most attached with. And Kimiko, I do kind of want to help her, like I feel bad for her, but knowing she was actually apparently behind all that violent stuff, which still feels weird to me, you know, I can't be a part of that, and I think if she has any hope of recovering, it would be without the protagonist, so we're gonna pick Shiki. I'm in love with Shiki. I can't act like I was lying to Yuta. I really have fallen for her. Her gaze meets mine and she blushes, but I should tell her privately first. Shiki, do you have a minute? I'd like to talk to you about something. Yes, of course. She hesitates. Privately? If that's okay. She nods and hurries out of the room, careful not to meet Tatsumi's gaze. That's something we'll need to work on too. For now, however, this is more important. Excuse us. Oh, look at their sad faces. Especially Mei. Shiki turns to me. What's wrong? There are so many things I want to say to you, but first I need to confess something. I take a deep breath. You know the advice network people talk about? The one you can go to online for help with any situation? She nods. I used it once. I know. You wanted advice because you were embarrassed about your interest in computers. After that, you joined our club. How? I'm the one who runs that account. Wasn't she standing right there when you talked to us about it? I'm sorry I kept it a secret from you. It's you? I enjoy giving advice to people, but I wanted to keep it a secret. Now I see. What? Ever since we met, you've made me feel accepted. Just like that day when I asked for advice. You mean you suspected it was me all this time? She shakes her head. It just makes sense now. I'm sorry I lied to you. Are you angry? I mean, I don't think we actually lied. We just didn't tell her. No. She blushes. You've helped me so much. How could I be angry? Thank you, Shiki. That takes a huge weight off my shoulders. Is that all you wanted to talk about? No, there's one more thing. You're really important to me, Shiki. And even if you're not the best at showing emotions, it's still obvious how much you care for me. And I feel the same for you. Her eyes grow huge. Really? Really. I hesitate for a moment before continuing. Will you go out with me? Instead of answering in words, she steps close and puts her arms around me. My heart hammers. I tilt Shiki's face toward mine and bring our lips together in a soft kiss. For a moment she relaxes against me, but then she pulls away. Shiki? But aren't I the reason you were in danger? Aren't you mad at me? It's not your fault. It's Yuta's fault. Yuta orchestrated the whole thing, and it didn't actually start with you. No. Yuta was jealous of me. He couldn't stand being second. Although I can see why Yuta liked you. You never gave up on this whole time. And you never give up on me. She blushes brightly. Thank you. I do wish we'd get a follow-up with Yuta. But what about Tatsumi? What? She lowers her gaze. She might not allow it. I mean, a relationship between us. She's always so protective. I sigh. I'm sure she wants you to be happy. And besides, it's your decision, not hers. We never got to see a confrontation between those two either about their issues. She bites her lip. Shiki, you need to learn to speak your mind. I'm sure once she understands how you feel, she won't be so restrictive. Really? I mean, after you nearly got blown up and stabbed, I'm not entirely sure about that. I think back to the way Tatsumi held her after Kimiko's attack. Yeah. Will you go with me? If that makes you feel better, yes. Thank you. Oh, are we actually going to see that confrontation now? I find Tatsumi in the kitchen working on her laptop. No sign of Mei. I wonder if she went to sleep already. Tatsumi lifts her head. I assume you had to tell me something? Shiki glances at me and I give her an encouraging nod. I need to talk to you. She approaches her sister and takes a deep breath. Now Tatsumi looks worried. What's wrong? Well... Suddenly it all comes out in a rush. I need space. And I don't want to always be protected. I can look after myself. Tatsumi looks stunned. I had no idea you felt that way. Damn, Shiki really did it. She walks around the table and hugs Shiki. Shiki stiffens at first, but then she hugs her back. I just wanted to make sure you were safe, that's all. I know, but... I understand. She hugs Shiki tightly for a moment longer and then steps back. I'll try, I promise, and if you stop being a problem again, you just yell at me. Shiki sniffles, and I realize she started crying at some point. Okay. And... She glances at me. I promise I won't stand in the way if you want to start dating someone. Shiki's cheeks redden, and I can't help but laugh. A few days later, Shiki and I sit together in the computer lab. It feels good to be able to attend classes again. So here's what I've been working on. Shiki shows me her new program. She's been trying more and more ambitious things. Not only that, but she no longer seems quite as shy about explaining them, even to other students. I'm proud of you, Shiki. Oh, this is nothing. Not about the program, but about how you've changed. You barely even speak a while ago, and now I've seen you stand up in front of an audience. You were even able to tell your sister how you felt. When she finally stopped to Tatsumi, she was able to gain confidence in herself. I watch a big, bright smile appear on Shiki's face. She's been showing more and more emotion lately. I couldn't have done it without you. It feels so good to know that I helped her so much. This is why I can't stop helping people, even though it turned out badly with Yuta and Kimiko. Oh, look, that's actually a unique image. I reach out and take Shiki's hand. She blushes and squeezes my hand lightly, then she startles me by leaning forward for a quick kiss. Did she just initiate a kiss? I love you. She told me her feelings, too. Wow, she really is getting more confident, huh? I love you, too. Words easily slip off my tongue. I draw her close for a proper kiss, ignoring the fact that we're in the computer lab. If someone walks in and sees us, so be it. Can't you get kicked out of schools for this? At least in Japan. I've known Shiki for a while now, but it feels like I've only just started to see her for who she truly is. She's not just a quiet girl who likes computers. She's brave, clever, and passionate. It took our lives being in danger for me to recognize it, and I'm glad I got to know her better. I can't wait to learn more about her. I still remember that one person saying that endings were more like actual endings, so I don't know if it's a specific game or what. So I'm gonna have to restart the episode and pick another choice, so I'm gonna pause for a bit. So with the last romance game by these people I did, I went in order of preference, but I'm gonna do least favorite to favorite here, and I'm gonna do Tatsumi next. Not that I would in real life choose Kimiko over her, but I just feel like Kimiko's path would be more interesting. I'm in love with Tatsumi. Of course what I told Yuta was false, because I find myself staring at Tatsumi. She's so beautiful. She's the reason we're all alive and safe. I wonder if she'll ever feel the same way. She meets my gaze. Well, anyway, I'll be heading over to the police station soon. Do you want to come with me? It's your case, after all. Yeah, if you want. So I take it you have something on your mind? She springs the question on me the moment we're outside. What? I could see it in your face that you wanted to talk to me about something. Is that really why she invited me along? There's so much I want to say to Tatsumi. I wanted to thank you again for everything you've done. I couldn't have gotten through this without you. And I want you to know that I really admire you. My cheeks burn as I finish, and I glance at Tatsumi nervously to see her reaction. Admire? Is that all? You're cute when you get flustered, you know that? What? How does it feel to be on the receiving end for once? She smirks and strides down the street at a quick pace. Come on, let's get this over with so we can talk more seriously. Right. Could it be that Tatsumi feels the same way? I do enjoy doing her voice. We finished going over everything with the police, and then the officer overseeing the case lets out a long sigh. I'd like an apology, sir. Yes! I'm sorry we didn't believe you. We'll be looking into all the recent incidents again. Good. It feels great to be vindicated after everything that happened. Maybe next time you'll take a report like Shorty seriously. Yes, of course. Tatsumi hesitates for a moment and then turns to leave. Wait, is it really going to end this way? I clear my throat. Is something wrong? There's someone else you owe an apology to. I'm not the only one you ignored. He winces, then sheepishly looks at Tatsumi again. I suppose we should have taken you seriously, too. I'm sorry. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. I will. You know, you might make a fine detective. Tatsumi looks stunned by the compliment, but then a smile spreads across her face. It's about time you recognize my talent. I meet her gaze and she winks. I'm glad things are finally working out for her. Now that was satisfying. Glad you got the credit you deserved. You really are a great detective. Thanks. She stops walking and turns to face me. I'd have just left without pressing the issue. You made him actually acknowledge me and apologize. So thank you. Don't mention it. It was the least I could do. Because you owe me. Because I care about you. Darn, it slipped out. Tatsumi stares at me for a moment. Her face turns completely red. Don't mess with me, idiot. I'm not messing with you. I mean it. She looks so embarrassed. God, I want to kiss her. That's if she doesn't knock me out first. Then when we first met, I didn't think too highly of you. But you surpassed my expectations. Considering how low your opinion was of me, I'm not sure that's even praise. She laughs. Then maybe this will make it clearer. She's zooming in on me. She puts her hands on my shoulders and surprises me again by kissing me. I'm so startled that for a moment I don't react at all. I can feel her start to get shy and slightly pull away. I put my arms around her and I kiss her hard. This is really happening. I'm kissing Tatsumi, and she started it. My heart is pounding. She's melting in my arms as I take the lead. I want to make her mine. When we pull apart, we're both panting. Did that clear up how I feel? Now she looks like she's blushing a little bit. Yeah, but I still can't believe you kissed me. I thought you hated me. Don't be stupid. She folds her arms. What, you didn't realize? Maybe you're not as perceptive as I thought. If I knew you liked me, I would have kissed you long ago. Her face flushes once again. But I couldn't always tell, and I was afraid to push it. Now you know. She loops her arm through mine, and we resume walking down the street. But I should warn you, I might not be the easiest person to go out with. When I have a case, I don't have a lot of free time. Don't worry, you're devoted to your job, and that's one of the things I admire about you. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. After all, that's what I do best. I smirk. Actually, she seems unusually hesitant. I was wondering if you wanted to be my partner. What? He's terrible. He leaks information. You mean he's a detective, for real? Yes. What we do isn't so different when you think about it. You cause problems and I solve them. You as in he causes problems. We both help people in trouble. You give them advice while I track them down the source of their problems. Never thought of it that way. How could I have even thought of giving up? Maybe it doesn't always go the way I want it to, but that doesn't mean I should stop helping people. So why not join forces and work together? Besides, you've proven yourself more than capable of handling detective work. Her praise makes my heart sore, but I can't shake my lingering misgivings. I thought you prefer to work alone. You show me there are advantages to having a partner, or even a team. So what do you say? Does sound interesting. If you want me as a partner, then I'm in. A few days later, we're sitting together in Tatsumi's office. I'll need to get you a desk, of course. For now, I suppose you'll have no choice but to sit on my lap. Typical. She rolls her eyes, but actually does it. People aren't going to take us seriously. This is a new level of close. I have to try to stay focused on work. But it isn't going to be easy. I'll try anything funny. Wouldn't dream of it. So where do I start? Any unsolved cases I should get working on? I made it partly in jest, but her expression suddenly goes serious. Back to her parents' case? There is one. The one case I could never solve, the fire that killed my parents. Seemed so good at predicting these things. Tatsumi. Slowly reach up and pull her chin back towards me. I'll help you. After all these years, it's probably not worth it. I don't care. How do you even find evidence in a case that old? She looks into my eyes and smiles. Thank you. I always thought it was a weakness to rely on others. Thank you. I'll always be by your side. Now you don't have to worry about everything by yourself. It doesn't feel bad to depend on you. Maybe this is what it means to be in love. The word hangs in the air between us. It's the first time either of us has actually said it. The butterflies in my stomach are going wild. I love you too, Tatsumi. Hey, she gets 2 images! I wrap my arms around her and pull her close. I've never been happier in my life. I don't think she got to, did she? When we first met, I didn't think we would get along at all, but nothing could be further from the truth. It's like we're made for each other. And Tatsumi's partner both in love and work. Helping people. Together. She doesn't look happy. She's so distressed. I think that's supposed to be her blushing face. Well, I'll have to pause the recording here because I am out of tickets and I still have 2 more paths to do, so it'll be like 4 some hours. But yeah. So now we're gonna pick the Kimiko option, which should be interesting. I think I'm in love with Kimiko. The realization sends a chill through me. She never gave up on me. How can I not admire that sort of devotion? You don't even really know her. And she came to me for help, only to end up with nothing. I can still see the hurt look on her face when she realized I betrayed her. She set our apartment on fire, and if you believe Yuta's version of events, she tried to kill a lot of people. No, I didn't betray you, Kimiko. I always help the people who come to me for advice. Just because Yuta was a hopeless case doesn't mean Kimiko has to be. I need to fix my mistake. I need to find a way to save Kimiko. I don't think taking the blame on yourself is going to help her. Shorty? I jump. What? Are you okay? You were spacing out. Oh, sorry, I'm just tired. It has been a long day, but now we can finally relax. It's over. I find myself unable to meet their gazes. Yeah, I think I'll go lie down. Lie down. Alone, I get out my phone and read through my text messages with Kimiko. She cared about me so much, much more than anyone ever has. She'd kill for me. This isn't her fault. Things only got so twisted in her head because Yuta manipulated her. He's the real enemy. If I'd gone to her, maybe it would have ended differently. She needs someone to play along with her game long enough to help her. After that, everything will be fine. This fool. Well, I guess it's nice to see a male protagonist falling for this nonsense. I stare at the screen as though she might text me any minute now. But she can't. She's been arrested. Thoughts of Kimiko haunt me all night long. Excuse me. Oh, it's you. Is something wrong? I'd like to visit someone. You mean the young man, Yuta? No, Kimiko. He looks startled. I'm sorry, but due to the nature of her case, she isn't allowed any visitors. And you, of all people, should definitely stay away from her. I mean, that's pretty sensible. But I think I can help her. He sighs. I could pass along a message if you like. Oh, if I say anything suspicious, he probably won't tell her. Just say Shorty wishes he could have helped her. All right. It's not the best, but it will have to do. I check my phone with a sigh. Another day with no news about Kimiko. I spent countless days thinking about her. My life feels empty and pointless. I crawl out of bed, going through the motions of returning to normal life. Tatsumi and Shiki are starting to ask questions about my behavior. The music is quiet again. I start isolating myself more and more. I've grown bored of everyone else. I can't take my mind off Kimiko. I obsess over every exchange. I could have done better. Tatsumi, Mei, and Shiki could never understand how I feel. I take another look over the day's news and my breath catches. This headline: Prisoner escapes police custody. Early this morning, the prisoner broke free from an armed escort before making a daring escape. The prisoner, who was arrested on charges of arson, assault, and attempted murder, vanished without a trace. My heart leaps. Kimiko must have gotten my message. She escaped from me. I can't let her down. I knew she could do it. Someone as brave and intelligent as her could do anything. I'm almost frantic as I get ready for the day. I need to find Kimiko before the police do. This guy's an idiot. Kimiko? My heart sinks. There's no one here. I thought for sure this was where she would go. But they didn't even give her new clothes! The door opens and I whirl around. Kimiko stands frozen for a moment, staring at me, and then she slowly enters the apartment. Meanwhile, it's kind of scary that the police could not contain this tiny girl. I can't move either. Seeing her again makes me feel afraid and thrilled at the same time. Then she knocks us unconscious and locks us up. Shorty, you're here? Yes. I can barely breathe. I want to help you, Kimiko. You do? More than anything else in the world. I step towards her. You came to me for help and I failed you. I'm sorry. Why? Why did you betray me? I didn't. I wanted to make sure she couldn't hurt anyone else. I didn't realize how I felt about her. I thought she was responsible for what happened. I mean, again, according to Yuta's version of events, she committed many very bad crimes. Like, if this was just she said some things and the incident with the knife at the park, that'd be one thing, but you're getting her out of a lot of trouble. She needs to spend time in prison and for what she did. There are many answers I could give, but somehow only one of them makes sense now. Because now they'll never suspect me of helping you. Then you'll stay here with me? You won't try to take me back? I swallowed hard. I knew it would come to this. That's right. My mouth is dry. I have to play by her rules to save her. I'll stay here with you. She rushes toward me and throws her arms around me. She kisses me before I can react. It sends a thrill through me like nothing I've ever felt before. The hint of barely concealed danger makes my heart race. I kiss her back hungrily. Maybe this won't be so bad. I'll make you happy, Shorty. I know. I'll make you happy too. Do you promise? Yes. She steps back with an odd glint in her eyes. See, The other thing is that even if you manage to help her mental state somewhat, like, eventually, she's gonna have to go to prison, and you're gonna go to prison too, and then you'll be separated, and she'll get all upset again. Am I crazy for doing this? We'll need to go somewhere alone, where no one can find us. All we need is each other. Let's go tonight. No one will suspect I'm with you. Yes, then it will just be the two of us forever. Forever. The thought doesn't scare me. Somehow it excites me. But first... She walks to the apartment's small stove and ignites one of the burners. What are you doing? Your phone. What? She waves her hand towards the flames. They might be able to use it to find you. Can you set a phone on fire? You need to destroy it. Unless you were planning to contact someone. No, I wasn't. I take my phone from my pocket and walk over to the stove. This is it. I'll be cutting myself off entirely. I look at Kimiko and the thought of leaving her alone again is too painful to bear. No one would understand anyway. They all hate her. Why should I still consider them my friends when they wouldn't accept her? She just tried to murder them. I throw my phone into the fire. We'll be together forever, Kimiko. I'm yours. Darling. This is music. She takes my hand and leads me over to the couch. I mean, realistically, wouldn't they look for us here? I sit down and Kimiko straddles me as she kisses me again. I had a dream like this once, didn't I? Maybe dreams do come true. Soon my friends will wonder what happened to me. By the time they realize we're together, it will be too late. My old life is gone. I will do whatever it takes to help Kimiko. I slide my hands under the Kimiko's shirt. I feel naive for running for so long. I love you, Shorty. I take a moment to look into her eyes. She's beautiful and wild. I can't pull myself away from her. Do I want to help her, or do I want her? I don't care anymore. Kimiko is the only one in my life now. She got hearts in her eyes! And we're going to pause while I go to the final route. Now we're picking the final route. I'm in love with May. I catch her eye as I look at her. Is something wrong? No, I was hoping I could talk to you. Of course. So wonderful to see May's energy back. Want to go for a walk? It'll be nice to spend some time outside. I can't help but smile at her. Okay, let's go. I take a moment to admire the way her hair shines in the moonlight. What did you want to talk to me about? First, I wanted to thank you. You really helped me out back there with Kimiko. Oh, it was nothing. It's not like I could just let her attack you. Besides, it's about time I repaid the favor. I stop walking and turn to face her. You never owed me anything, May. I helped because I care. Still, I'm glad I was finally able to step up for you. I feel stronger than when we're together. You've inspired me, Shorty. The words make my heart swell. I'm glad I was able to make her feel that way. Maybe I really can help people. One failure shouldn't be enough to make me quit. And we're a team. We help each other and protect each other. Everything feels so much better when I have May by my side. May, I want you to know that you're really important to me. I am? A slight blush rises to her cheeks. Yes, as more than just a friend. I take a step closer. I watch her eyes widen in surprise. I came so close to losing you. I don't ever want to risk losing you again. I love you, May. Oh, Shorty. She rushes forward and throws her arms around me. I thought I'd never hear you say those words. Sorry it took me so long to realize. I was worried you wouldn't feel the same way. I told myself that if I kept trying and stuck by your side, maybe someday you'd see me as more than just a friend. Then you'll go out with me? Of course. She looks into my eyes and I reach up to stroke her hair away from her face. Then I draw her close. May. My heart feels like it's going to explode. I kiss her as she wraps her arms around me. Her lips are so soft. She kisses me as though she's afraid she'll never get another chance. Time seems to slow as we stand together under the moonlight. That would have been a nice CG. I want to stay with you forever, Shorty. So do I. You know, this place still seems sinister. It's been nearly a year. May and I have long since settled back into our daily routines, although there are a few differences. Tell me again why we need to go to a sketchy alleyway to feed stray animals. Because this is where they live. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to this part. Once our lives went back to normal, I started going with May to feed stray animals. It's really not so different from what I already do, except now I'm helping animals in addition to people. I'm always happy to spend more time with May, but not necessarily here. I'm sure there are stray cats and dogs all over the city. Why do you always get stuck with the alleys? No one else wanted to do it. You volunteered? Of course. I shouldn't be surprised. May always thinks of other people and animals before herself. It's one of the things I admire so much about her. Although I don't want to think about these cats and dogs going hungry either. I wrap my arm around her shoulders and laugh. Where do we start? Well, if you could set out a bowl here, I'll get the food open. By the time we finish feeding all the cats and dogs, the sun is starting to set. But I wouldn't trade this for anything. I stop walking. When May gives me an inquisitive look, I lean close and kiss her. What was that for? Just to show you how much I love you. I want the rest of my life to be like this. Maybe it's time I tell May that. I reach out and take May's hands in mine. Let's go out tonight. Out? On a date? Of course, what else? I thought feeding cats was our date. She giggles, a sound that is music to my ears. No, I want to take you somewhere special. You mean you're not tired of me yet? Never. Oh, look at this fancy place. I make the arrangements and soon we arrive at the restaurant for our date. You really are treating me today. She winks as we sit down. What's the special occasion? Well, I stumble over my words. She leans across the table towards me, eyes sparkling. You mean it really is a special occasion? You gonna propose or something? What is it? It's not my birthday, and it's not your birthday. It's a special occasion you don't know about. Now I really want to know. My mouth is dry. I feel as anxious as when our lives were in danger a year ago. Compared to protecting someone from a stalker, this should be nothing. Maybe doing this on our anniversary would have been better, but I just can't wait that long. I can't keep my feelings hidden anymore. This is for you. Oh my gosh, we really are marrying her. I mean, I feel kind of bad for the other girls. I stumble around in my pocket until I find the small box. I'd like to be proposed to with a box like that. They're heart-shaped and pink. It's cute. The ring has a weird shadow thing going on, though. And it looks oddly shaped. It looks like an oval. I fumble around in the pocket until I find the small box. Her eyes grow huge when she opens it and sees the ring inside. Shorty, is this... I don't ever want to lose you, May. We've been together since we were kids, and... Well, what I'm trying to say is I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Yes! She jumps out of her seat and repeats it loud enough for probably the whole restaurant to hear. I think she's supposed to be the canon love interest. Yes, I do too. I think she got the nicest picture, too. I stand up and pull her into a close hug. I love you, May. I love you too, Shorty. She pushes her lips into mine, and I kiss her back. I think back to all the years we spent together as kids, and I want to spend many more with May. It took almost losing her to realize how much I want to be by her side. The future with May is the best future I could ever ask for. So that's it. We've completely finished My Sweet Stalker. I don't want to linger too long on this because this part's going to be super long already. So what did you think of the game? What did you think of the girls? Who's your favorite? If you watched the playthrough of Locker of Death, out of all the girls, who did you like the best? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!